Alright, I'm going to do my persuasive essay on banning smoking in public places. Why should you ban smoking in public places? Well, 2 million non-smokers have died since 1964 from exposure to secondhand smoke. I have many reasons, but the main reason is because how dangerous it is to others who have to be around it. The ones that do not smoke, smokers choose to smoke, we non-smokers choose not to, but we get all the health risk from secondhand smoke just by going and enjoying a public place. I personally feel like all public places should be smoke-free these days. No one should feel at risk when they want to have dinner or take their family into public places. What is secondhand smoke, you might ask? Well, secondhand smoke is also known as environmental tobacco smoke. Secondhand smoke is a mixture of two forms of smoke, which come from the burning of tobacco. The first one is side stream smoke, which is smoke from the lit end of a cigarette, pipe, or cigar. Side stream smoke is more toxic than mainstream smoke because it has a higher concentration of cancer-causing agents. It also has smaller particles that make their way into the lungs and the body cells more easily. Second one is mainstream smoke. When you hear someone say they are involuntarily or passive smoking, it means they are non-smokers exposed to secondhand smoke, and not by choice. Lung cancer has been linked to secondhand smoke in many cases. Also, many of the cancers in children and adults have been linked to secondhand smoke. For children, they have linked secondhand smoke to cause lymphoma, leukemia, and brain tumors. Then for adults, they have linked secondhand smoke to cause larynx, pharynx, nasal, sinus, brain, bladder, rectum, stomach, and breast cancer. If you are or want to have children in the future and smoke now and or smoke during pregnancy, you are putting your baby at a very high risk of being born with hepatoplasmia, which starts while they are still in the fetus growing. Smoking in public places has many health risks to non-smokers around them. When a smoker lights up a cigarette, it releases 7,000 chemicals, hundreds that are toxic, and about 70 that can cause cancer. 2.5 million non-smokers have died since 1964 from exposure to secondhand smoke. In 2007 to 2008, in the United States, there were an estimate of 88 million non-smokers exposed to secondhand smoke. It has been known that there are no risk-free level of exposure to secondhand smoke. Even just a little exposure to secondhand smoke is harmful to the non-smoker's health. Some public places believe having a smoking and non-smoking section helps to separate the smoke, but in reality, smoke lingers and they still breathe in the same air. Cleaning the air, opening windows, and ventilating the building does not eliminate secondhand smoke exposure. Secondhand smoke around children can cause a lot of health problems. Secondhand smoke around children can cause ear infections more frequent and severe asthma attacks, respiratory system infections, and great risk for sudden infant death, which is known as SIDS. Also, in children 18 months or younger, the CDC has estimated 150,000 to 300,000 new cases of bronchitis and pneumonia annually. The CDC also estimated hospitalizing approximately 7,500 to 15,000 annually. In the United States, the ages of 3 to 11 years, there were 53.6% children exposed to secondhand smoke in 2007-2008. Also between the ages of 3 to 11, 18.2% lived in a home with someone who smoked in 2007-2008. Children today between the ages of 3 to 18 in the United States exposed to secondhand smoke regularly, either home or in public. There are about 24 to 36% infant deaths from exposures to secondhand smoke in the United States. There are also many health risks for adult non-smokers and adults who have never smoked. They are at risk for cardiovascular disease and lung cancer. 34,000 heart disease deaths annually are estimated from secondhand smoke exposure during 2005 to 2009. Non-smokers exposed to secondhand smoke increase their risk for heart disease risk by 25 to 30%. Strokes in non-smokers are typically caused by exposure to secondhand smoke. 7,300 lung disease cancer deaths annually for 2005-2009 estimated from exposure to secondhand smoke. Also, non-smokers increase their lung cancer risk 20 to 30%. There are also about 5.4% of adult non-smokers living in a secondhand smoking home in the United States. There are more than 42,000 deaths from exposure to secondhand smoke. More than 41,000 were adults and nearly 900 were infant deaths. Secondhand smoke attributes deaths results in loss of nearly 600,000 years of potential life lost and 6.6 billion of lost productivity, or 158,000 per death. Since 2006, when electronic cigarettes were introduced in the United States, there have been many issues on whether to ban them as cigarettes in public places or to not ban them. In conclusion, to banning smoking in public places, I believe it is not only rude and disrespectful to others around those smokers and smells gross, but is extremely harmful to children and adults' health. No matter how much exposure they have to secondhand smoke, 2.5 million non-smokers have died since 1964 from exposure to secondhand smoke. I think smoking should be banned in all public places due to how harmful it is to the non-smokers' health, who just want to be able to go out and enjoy a family outing without worrying about risking their family's health. I'm completely against smoking in public places. I had to grow up with a parent that smoked around us as children. I do not know the health risks did not know the health risks then as I know now. I will not have that around my children. Let's stop letting others harm others and ban smoking in public places. Thank you.